Zippity-doo-dah, zippity-day, oh my, what a wonderful day. Hello everybody, how's it going? This is the very honest and very down-to-earth, real podcast by Benjamin Bell. Okay, this is not a podcast. It could be a podcast. Maybe this is the first episode of a podcast that I'll be doing only in this voice, like a sports announcer. Ben Bell is going to be doing a podcast once a week now, as was going to be happening, because he has nothing else to do, and apparently podcasts are a big deal in society right now. And as much as Ben Bell wanted to be different, he wasn't sure if he wanted to do a podcast because everybody was doing it, so he decided he was going to do something else. But it's too hard to do the other thing right now, and he doesn't have the money, so he's going to do a fucking podcast. And he's going to keep doing the ASMRs at the same time. Kind of losing the announcer voice and turning more into like a character that, what's his name would do? Not Bill Hader. Will Forte. Will Forte. Do something like this. No, that's not him. What's he like? What? No. I take a lot. I take from him with that southern guy that I do. What? Feel like he does it. No, like Tandy, if you've seen Last Man on Earth. Okay, well, whatever this is going to be, I'm just going to be sitting here. I'm going to be doing silly voices, fun stuff. My rickety-ass desk that I stole from the other room. And this weird, depressing sheet like I'm in a construction site is going to be in the background. And this is not ASMR, okay? I'm not going to be doing any ASMR in these. So I'm going to put a disclaimer, or rather, I'm going to refrain from leaving the ASMR part in the title. Okay, and we are here just to have fun. Maybe it'll get serious, maybe it won't, maybe it'll sometimes get serious, maybe it will. But I'm just going to be talking about things that I like and things that I want to do. And I don't know how long this is going to last, and I might add some folks to it, but you never know if you don't start. Which is what I wanted to start by talking about. Just do it. Okay, you have an idea, do it. Okay? You know how many people start off being the cringiest fucking shit you've ever seen? Do you know how many people I love and support that are doing cringe shit all the time? You know why? Because I know, first of all, a lot of it I actually like. I can like some cringe shit. You can like cringe shit. You can kind of go, that's a little bit cringy. That you're shooting for that, you're like doing that, you know, if you see somebody doing something, it's like, okay, it's their path, it's the path they're on, because nobody, have you seen, no, here, I should finish my sentence first, I always do this, it's a path they're on. When people are shooting towards a goal, it takes like 10 years to get there. What do you think they mean by the 10 years? What are they doing in between? They're sucking balls at what they do until the 10th year, or until they get lucky, or whatever it might be, right? And in sucking balls like that, you are totally cringe the whole time. You're not nailing it. You're failing. You're publicly failing. The amount of public failures I have online, as much as it sounds like I'm self-deprecating myself, and I don't, like, you know, I still back everything I do, but look at this whole channel. It's all big fucking honking failures, except for a couple of those ones that did pretty well. Huge failures everywhere, publicly. It's humiliating. Which is why I genuinely think that's part of why there's only a specific breed of person who can break into the, you know, public sphere of entertainment. I'm speaking kind of just entertainment, I guess. We're starting a business. You hear a lot about, like, you know, cringy businesses that you just have zero legs and zero, you know, you're just like, that's not going to work. But in saying that, or in giving that any energy without at least giving that person the benefit of the doubt, that's basically going back on what you probably believe in, which is follow your dreams. I'm sure you believe in that, don't you? Anybody who doesn't believe in your dreams is a fucking asshole. So you can't believe in or shoot for the stars and don't give up on your dreams, and oh, he should just stop. He should quit. You can't believe in the two of those things at the same time, okay? So choose. Are you the asshole who's going to put other people down, or are you the one who will bless them on their path and have faith that they're just on their way to something better? Just going to make sure the audio is working because I've done some ASMRs before where I do some stuff and then probably about 10, 15 minutes in, I realize, oh my God, my fucking GarageBand stopped working. Makes me really fucking mad. And I scream out loud. Usually I do these things when I'm alone. And I like to talk to myself when I whack around the house. But I literally scream out loud. I probably have anger problems. Unaddressed anger problems. Oh, God. You know why, though? It's because both my parents, throughout my whole childhood, used to just, like... They were awesome parents. You think I was about to, like, say they screamed at me and stuff? No, they were great. But every time anything went wrong, it was like, oh, God damn it. Oh, for fuck's sakes. My mom, too, she's like, just always yelling at stuff around the house. And like, oh, my God. These days, I just kind of laugh because I know that the actual gravity of the situation is so minor. But I just, like, I laugh. I'm like, Mom, you're about to, like, start laughing in, like, 10 seconds at something or start telling a story or something. But, you know, both my parents don't even think to just go, okay, it's okay. They go, fuck! And my dad especially, he's like, oh, fuck! Sometimes I'm upstairs and doing something. And I lived with my dad during most of quarantine. My parents divorced when I was like 13, so I hadn't actually lived with my dad for a long time. But it was great. I got to live with my dad, and I would be in my room, and I'd hear him going, fuck. And fuck. God fucking damn it. And he'd be like, no, fuck. And he, like, lived alone for a long time, so I assume it's because he was, like, used to just being able to do that. But it's just what comes to our family naturally. It's probably why my parents found each other, you know. They complemented each other well for a time. But I have that stub my toe. Oh, if I'm just in the worst mood, dude, if I'm in a bad enough mood, and my headphones, back when I had cables, I have AirPods now. Because back when I would have like headphones like this with the cable and it would get caught on something, whatever mood I was in, I would lose my fucking shit. I had to burp since I started this thing. I'm sorry, it's so gross. I would be like, fuck. Have you ever like punched something when you like stub your toe on it and go, fuck? Probably not. Actually, I would imagine there are a handful of people out there who have, but that's me. That's me maybe not all the time. Sometimes I'm in a good mood. Or rather, I should say, that happens when I'm in a really stressed out, frustrated mood. And I was just about to be like, is that normal? I don't give a fuck if that's normal. That's what I am. It's what I do, okay? And it hasn't gone away. I'm 25 years old, but turning on 26 soon. And it hasn't gone away, so I'm probably stuck with it. And I guess I better just roll with it. I have a therapy session in like an hour. I'm probably going to bring that up. I don't even know what to bring up at my therapy session. A lot of the time when I'm doing therapy, like through this quarantine, there were some times when my therapist was like, I don't know. It's just like, it's probably not you. If you really think about it. And and then she's like, afterwards, I would just like send her an email and she would like not answer. It would be like seen. It would leave me on red. She's like, I don't have time to deal with this today. I don't have, what? You're paranoid. You're crazy. Dee-doo. Zoom call ended. That was only 40 minutes. No, I have a good therapist. She's great. I recommend you speak to one. But also, yeah, no, speak to one if you feel like you need to, because otherwise you put it on your friends and your family. And that's like an underrated thing that I think people need to pay more attention to is which I do all the fucking time. And I still do it, even though I'm preaching that you shouldn't. I just like unload. I talk so much and then I unload on my friends and even people I don't really know that well. And I'll say some really personal stuff and like seek guidance. And then sometimes I can just, same thing with them. It's just like, after a certain time, just like, I want to play some Smash Bros. Like, should we just, and I'm like, I know, yes. I know Smash Bros. I know you want to play some Smash Bros. And I'm sorry for, and I'm sorry. And they're like, don't apologize. I apologize way too much. Apologize way too much. Everybody says, growing up, everybody always says apologize, when you fucked up. But nobody ever says also if you apologize all the time when you fuck up, if you're fucking up a lot at a certain point in your life, eventually the people who you're apologizing to might just kind of start going like, yeah, fuck you. You're that guy who kind of fucks up all the time. You know what I mean? That's not... And that's something that I don't think a lot of people talk about. You do want to apologize when you fuck things up. But sometimes you got to look at what you're doing and back it enough so that at a certain point... Am I hearing a weird sound? This mic? It's like an echo. There's an echo going on. That's why I had an effect on. It's off now. Okay. Fucking hell. Lost my train of thought. I lost me fucking train of thought, mate. What I was saying wasn't even that good. Fucking hell. Thinking of working on a Malfoy pilot. Let me know in the comments if you back that. Let me know if that made sense. If that would make sense to you. Just thinking, I'm not going to tell you what it is because I don't want you motherfuckers who work faster than me to fucking copy me and make it before me because the idea is so good. Little Miranda Zings. Yeah. God, man. Fucking hell. The environment, eh? The environment is fucking fucked. The environment's fucked. It's like killing folks now. Why, like, dude, this generation has like literally been given the task of like Bruce Willis in a movie from 2001 to like save the world. Actually, a lot of the time they're only like saving America. We have to save the whole fucking world. It's like a joke. We used to watch that shit and you'd be like, yeah, right. If it's one guy to have to do it, that's one thing. I guess we have all of us who can do it together if we hold hands. But we have to save the world. I find that's like insanely, that's like so serious and difficult and like such a huge burden that it's like, I don't want to say it makes me laugh, but it's fucking like some days I'm just like another headline of like, this, whatever, David Suzuki says you're all like, in 40 years, by 2040, it's going to be like, the world's going to be red and we're all going to be walking around in hazmat suits and there's only going to be like fucking 20 of us. Every time I read one of those headlines, I'm like, this isn't what it used. I mean, you'd read like there's a war going on and shit like that back in the day. But I like to, honestly, I think it's kind of like, is it worse to hear that? I think it's kind of fucking worse to hear that the world is ending every day instead of just like there's a conflict going on in Vietnam. It's definitely worse. And it's also saying, we're starting to see effects of it. It's like, hey, BC isn't about to cool off anytime soon. I just saw like a headline saying it's not about to cool off. And it shows helicopters dropping water desperately on like a flaming indigenous community. It's the reality. I'm not joking. Fucking go off in the comments. It's what's happening. Fucking hell, man. What do we do? I can't. Here's my dilemma. If you want to do something about it, and you're like, okay, I'll choose not to take a straw, or I will ask, hey, is it a paper bag? And they go, no. And then I'll walk home like this instead with all my fucking shit and some of it falls on the ground. That's what I do. But is that enough? No. The answer is no, it's not enough. And we got to wait for, obviously, companies, big companies to do stuff. Okay, like, you know what I mean? My stepsister right now, she does this really crazy work where she
surveys big companies and doesn't just give them shit for not being environmentally friendly, but actually supports them and gives them like, sets up these like 5-year plans, 20-year plans or whatever to get them like carbon free, and they like help them budget. Like that's what the company does. So it's like, that's so fucking awesome, that kind of shit. And I and shit like that is going on, and I think people are trying, and it's actually happening. But someone like me, I'm like part of society that wants to help you kind of relax at the end of the day of saving the fucking world, which is also, I know, is important. But doing this, some days I'm like, should I be talking at a time like this? Fuck. Oh man. I've been having depression. Ben's been having depression. Ben's been having a depression sitting on the couch. Oh, there he goes, flipping the channel one more time, starting another round of Hearthstone, which he plays every fucking day, which is a strategic card game to distract him from the overbearing severity of the responsibilities he's put on himself. Oh, there he goes. Following a dream that's proving to be much more difficult than he thought. A lot of roadblocks, a lot of things in his way. We're going to cut down to do someone in the news. Varnishes? Yeah, we're having a good flying. People still talk like that. That's like that's still the cadence that people use. Isn't that crazy? Why do people do that? Why do people still talk like that? There's this guy in the Olympics, and this is kind of like how I like to like think about characters and build characters. Like this, just you hear some shit, and then you think about like, oh, what's making that guy, like, what's that guy going home and thinking later? He's probably, this and that. Once again, didn't finish my sentence, so you don't know what I'm talking about before I go into an example. Okay, gonna go back. There's this like sports announcer for the swimming part of the Olympics, and he was like, and first of all, he talks like I was kind of like that voice I was just doing, but he's kind of like, it's like an old fashioned, and he's after the races, finding, blah, 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 blah. It's like just like that, but then he kept screwing shit up. Like every second sentence, he'd say something wrong, and that's how you, that's the way the cake crumbles, or the cookie, that's the way the cookie crumbles, and she's in lane 4, and we're going to see her, well, this is what they do, and then, like, revealing too much, like, this is what they do, the coach messed up, and she was in a bad place, they kept her in a high-altitude environment until 2 days up to the finals, and that was a mistake, and then people are probably like, the coach is a friend. And he was going, with the 200 meter butterfly. I mean, that's a backstroke. I mean, what are we doing? We're doing track today? Oh, back to you. And I'm just like, that dude is so close to getting fired. And if not, he's going home and he's going, booze. You're a fucking joke. You're a joke. You're screwing up, man. You're screwing up. I swear to God, everyone just got... I watch Big Brother too, Julie Chen. She's been fucking up her words too. All these announcers, they're just rusty, and it's probably because they have like depression headaches from this last year. Just like, oh, we're back with the front stroke. We're back with front stroke here for some reason. Even though it's called Tokyo 2020, even though it's 2021, because last year was so fucked up that we had to push it to this year, but we already spent all the money on branding, so it's Tokyo 2020, even though that's not the year we're in. Tokyo 2020, we're going to get a couple of singers and dancers. Singers and dancers! I mean, pool swimmers and gymnasts. That's what I meant. One of the gymnasts, today I found out one of the gymnasts, I forget her name. I should know. She just backed out for mental health issues. Which, in a way, was like, fucking, like... I don't know what the hell was going on, so I can't say. But I mean, if she's genuinely just watching out for her own mental health, and maybe she was preparing for if she lost, preserving like how it would make her spiral or something like that after this fucked up year, then good for her. Because, dude, the amount of preparation it takes, I would imagine, since I don't know, like leading up to the Olympics, and then she's one of the ones, I gotta know her name, but she's like one of those gymnasts that like really kicks ass, and she's the American one, and she is fantastic. She's fantastic. Gymnast Olympics. You want to see what she was? What's her name? Yeah, I have to focus on my mental health. Biles. What's her first name? Fuck. Simone Biles. Bales, and then Simone Bales. That guy would totally say that. Simone Bales. Biles. Yeah, it's totally fine to watch over your head. Watch out for your. It's totally fine to watch out for your mental health. My mother. I shouldn't tell a story right now. Backstroke. Back to backstroke. Watch your mental health. There's that quote that kind of contradicts watching out for your mental health if you're somebody who needs to be on a grind, or like keeping your business or your art alive, and it stresses me the fuck out, and it's called, what is it? It's better to burn out than to become irrelevant, or something like that. It was the one that was put up on the wall like in graffiti next to David Spade as, I think, a joke. And it says Kurt Cobain said it, but it's David Spade. And then I think the quote was said by somebody else. I don't know. Do you believe in that? I don't know if I believe in that. Burning out. Because when you see somebody, especially in the public sphere that I'm trying to get into, it's like, when you see somebody publicly burn out, there's nothing worse, man. Like Drake Bell, I just saw, like, man, fucking, that's different, I guess. Because that guy was just, I guess, had something wrong with him, talking to a 12-year-old. Sending her pics and shit. It's so fucked up. But that dude's in court going, yes, sir. I plead guilty, sir. Yes, sir. I never thought it would be so simple, but I sent her pics of my dick. And I know she was only 12 to put me in jail. It's gonna take some time to sit in jail, read the Bible, yeah. Fucking stumbled. Should have just committed to the bit. Whoa, here we go. That guy's like spiraling live on camera. That guy's spiraling live. And there's nothing worse than seeing that. And you feel, unless they're like, yeah, I don't know how I feel about what the fuck, because he pled guilty to that shit. That's so fucked up. But it's just, man, God. That's a brutal thing to be known really well for the rest of your life, especially in this ironic sense. Like you were this like kid, this kid star, and now you're like this fucking pedophile. You fucking idiot. Nasty ass, gross Drake Bell. So I don't know, man. I don't know if that's a cool quote. I don't like it. Bruce, I don't like it. I got loyalty, got royalty inside your DNA. Okay. Kendrick Lamar sounds like he's got a kazoo stuck in his throat. Okay. Peanut butter at the back of his throat. Catherine O'Hara. David. Oh, I love Catherine O'Hara. Catherine Hahn. Kate Berlant. Amy Poehler, Maya Rudolph, Tina Fey. I know a lot of female comedians. Yeah, and they all inspire me. Yeah, pretty cool, right? Not just inspired by men. Yeah, women so. And a lot of multicultural people as well, like Neil deGrasse Tyson. He knows a lot of stuff. No, okay, well, no. In comedy, yes. Eddie Murphy and Neil deGrasse Tyson, knowing he's in my spare time. I'm not always a comedian, okay? So, yes, that's an answer. And I have plenty more. I don't have to explain myself to you. Goddammit.
I'm inspired by a lot of people, a lot of folks. Whenever I'm in between thoughts, I'm probably going to do this voice, and you're going to be entirely sick of it by the end.
My hair is going back to normal color, and I'm probably going to leave it like that. It's been 3 years of blonde, and some cool characters have come out of it. Zan Hathaway, Davey D from the Adult Swim show, and Zan. Did I say Zan Hathaway? Yeah, and then the Malfoy character. So I'm happy with that, but I'm ready to be myself again. I think I'm ready. Cialis.
Talk to your doctor. Be careful, that little shit, we're gonna fucking kill you. If you were fucking born on a Tuesday with your thumb up your ass, it's gonna fucking kill you. And Cialis, fucking Cialis, gonna fucking give you a fucking big fat boner, but it's also gonna give you a brain tumor. Don't take Cialis if you're fucking gonna get a brain tumor, which you will.
You won't get a brain tumor, knock on wood. Oh, God, I'm so anxious. I always do that stuff. Whenever I say anything, I knock on wood. Is that even wood? Do you ever do that when you knock on wood and you're like, is that plywood though? Does that count? Is that cardboard? I just knocked on cardboard. That reversed it. Give me a plank of wood! Yo, bitch! Give me a plank of wood! I don't care. So what? Hand it over. The curse is gonna be lifted if I knock on it. So what? I don't care. It's a mixture of Tim Robinson and the greatest freak out ever guy. Mom, no! I don't care. My fucking camera's gonna die. So I'm literally just gonna keep this rolling while I go and charge my fucking camera. This is what I do every day, man. This is what I do. Will this reach? This is what I do even if the camera isn't rolling. I talk to myself like this all the time. Is that gonna work? It's gonna have to because I don't have any other plugs in this room. Because this house was built in the fucking 1840s.
Okay, well, I finally did it. But it took a second. And it looks like it's gonna fucking fall over and break any minute now.
By the way, I still have the ASMR format going on in this podcast thing, and I'm just realizing that. Is that feasible? Should I do it different? Put it in the comments.
Put in the comments.
Okay? Seriously, like, if you were burning out, like, with a YouTube channel, yeah, God, there's this one YouTube channel. I still love the guy, and I'm not going to name it, but he's, like, on and off. Like, very mentally distraught, which is I see it and I've been there, but I don't roll when I'm that way, but he does, and it's his call. Once again, like I said at the beginning, I'm not judging. Bless him on his path, and he'll be better for it, and he's staying in the algorithm. I'm assuming that's why. That's the other thing with YouTube, is that it's a lot of pressure to stay in the algorithm. So people who have already established like an income based on YouTube, or after a few years, if you're just like, maybe I'd like to try different things, and then opportunity isn't there already for you, and maybe you're past your prime or something like that, or all those nasty thoughts that shouldn't be past your prime. I don't like that. How terrifying would that be? That happens, however you want to call it. But yeah, you're stuck in the algorithm, and you just got to keep putting stuff out, I think that's what I'm afraid of with YouTube. I'm still unsure if I should be doing this as a full-on gig. Whether or not I start making money, that's pretty assumptive that I would start making money. But I think I could. But I don't want to. I don't know if I want to. That's why I keep making pilots, because I want to buy into the old model where I make a pilot and then we sand it in with my friends. I don't make it on my own. I want to reiterate that because it's gotten me in trouble in the past when I say I made it. I didn't make it. I made it with a bunch of other people. I just put my name on it because I wrote the script and I organized it. Oh my god. This bottle has like a fucking tit on the end of it, bro. And I love it. I feel like I should censor it. Let me know in the comments if I need to censor that. But yeah, ooh, I don't know, man. I don't know. If you're feeling bad, you know, take it easy. But a lot of people like me, like I just got home from Vancouver and I was living there for a year making videos for Handed Wi-Fi. And I came back home and I'm not, you know, it's to take care of myself a little bit, to put it very simply. And 3 days of taking care of myself, got bored. Today I was sitting around, my eyes were aching from looking at 2 different screens at the same time. Watching like some shit I've already seen. Like I'm watching reruns of Rick and Morty, as much as those are fucking awesome. It's also just like, what new am I taking from this? I'm just wasting time. But that's what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm like cozy in a blanket, like on a rainy day, you know, just sitting. But I was like, no. I literally said that out loud, and I was like, no, turn it off. Hate this. That's the kind of shit I do. I do that literally out loud on my own. And sometimes I don't realize that people are home. And I do it, and then I see them walk by, and I go, oh, in my head. And sometimes I go, you probably heard me freaking out. I was on the phone. You probably heard that, right? And you're like, yeah. Yeah, sure, pal. SpongeBob fish? Yeah, buddy. Sure, buddy. Oh, where was I? And then I decided to do this. And what the fuck is this? This is my first time doing this. Ever. And it's me being myself, kind of. Even though half the time I'm doing references in different voices. David. It's like a gay Catherine O'Hara from Schitt's Creek. Fucking love that show. God fucking damn it. So heartwarming and funny. It's so perfect. It's exactly what TV should be. And nobody watches it but me. And I continuously try to get people to watch it. Like I get people to try to watch The Wire. Nobody will watch it. It's really good. Have you not seen it? Yo, when people cry that hard, bro. When people cry so hard, they start cold. It's like little kids. Little kids cry that hard. Bro, I'm getting better at fucking fake crying, bro. There was a little bit of hide my face because I'm not nailing it, but soon enough I'll figure it out. I'm about to get an agent. We'll see what happens. So fucking suck my duck. So I'm going to sort it out. Fuck! Going bear happy tonight. I want to quickly talk about, make sure that the audio is still recording. Please, Lord, tell me this is still recording. It fucking better be. If it isn't, I'm just going to switch to camera audio. And if you're hearing this as camera audio, then the fucking audio didn't work. And I don't give a fuck. And it's just going to be shitty, echoey, shitty audio. Okay. Just disclaimer. Alcohol, drinking. I drink a lot. Sometimes I drink alone. And it makes me feel really bad about myself. Okay, 2. Yeah. Dan Hathaway a little bit. If you know me well, I fucking hit my fucking elbow so hard. Whoa! I hit my elbow so fucking hard. Ow! Awesome. So Crystalia to do that. Oh! I watch so much Crystalia. Oh, I don't care. I know. He got canceled, but whatever. I still watch him because he's funny. I like his art. Oh. Anyway, fucking drinking, man. It's such a... God, so many people I look up to don't drink or do any drugs, and they're so successful, and I'm like, is that the key? But then a lot of people that I look up to drink a lot and do a lot of drugs, and I'm like, maybe that's the key. And I've realized that nothing is the key. It's just hard work. Actually, that's the key. Fuck, I burp so much. It's so gross. Tit drink. Tit bottle. Oh, it's a subconscious. Anyway, man, it's like, I drank like 2 beers the other night, and I'm already kind of going through it. I'm already having just like, a hard time mental healthly. But it's like I'll drink one night. Like I drank like 2 beers, but I drank really fast because I was with a friend, and I was like, hey, you want to drink? And I was like, yeah. And then I drank like 2, and they just were still on 1, and I was like, oh, what's wrong with me? But I kept drinking because I was like, oh, that'll maybe make me feel better. Just drink the next one. It'll make me feel better. And then I did. And then it was like 11:30, so it was maybe a bit too late to do that. And then I woke up in the morning and I was like so anxious and second guessing myself on everything. And it's just like, and then like all day, like I couldn't get out of it. And it could have just been I slept wrong or something, but it fucks with you when you're my age. I'm 25. If anybody's hearing this who's under 25, totally fair to be like, what the fuck are you talking about? You're crazy, because you're probably just young enough that you wake up and do like, I used to wake up after drinking like so much fucking booze to the point where I was like drunk enough that like if I threw up in my mouth, I would just fucking choke on it and die. Dude, when I was like, oh, man, I used to drink so much when I was like 16. Oh my God, bro. I used to, one time I just woke up and there was throw up around me. That's so fucking traumatic and awful. And I just told you. And I remember waking up and going, okay, so if I was just on my back, would have died. So Crystalia, okay. You know what I mean? And it's just like, but these days it's like, yeah, I have like 2 fucking beers a little too late. And I wake up and I'm like, why am I like that? And when I'm thinking about the thing I did, and why do I do that? Fucking idiot. Oh, it's because of my mom. It's because of my dad. I knew it. And I'm like, just there's somebody home apparently, and that's what I mean. I forgot there'd be somebody home. I'm living at my mom's house. So they're probably hearing me do this, and they probably think, you know what? Honestly, that's probably my stepdad. And he probably just thought he's just in his room. Like he probably didn't even think there was a camera in here or that I was doing this. He's probably just like, that's just him. That's how much I talk to myself. I'm not schizophrenic, okay? But I talk to myself because it's fun when I'm bored. And my dad used to do it. He used to be in the bathroom and I'd hear him go, woo, when he was like taking a pee, which just sounds so weird, but it was so funny because it was my dad. He would sit in my, you'd be in the bathroom and I'd just hear him like, woo, mama. He'd say woo, mama whenever he shivered. Whether he was like getting out of the shower or something, like taking a pee or something. And it would be so funny. And it was just like, eventually he'd just be like, yep. And he'd be like, oh, brother. Oh, no. And then he'd be like, bruh. And he'd do a huge burp and go, excuse me. Like Jim Carrey. And I would just eventually be like, Dad, the fuck? Stop. And then I just hear his big laugh. Fucking so funny. And I do the same shit. Yo, anybody out there who thinks their parents are lame when you're probably between your teenage years and up to 23, 24, or still doing it and you're in your 30s, you're living a life lie because that's you, unless you're adopted. And you have to be, you have to accept that that's who you are. And if you keep thinking that that person is, or that your parents are, if you keep criticizing your parents or being stressed out about their behavior and who they are and stuff, that's you talking, that's you self-hating, right? And with all this fucking language, self-hate, okay, that's a language, that's a part of self-hate. Fuck you. If you can pick, you can, every day we're fucking up according to some meme page or like some fucking boomer meme page. Everything I do, I'm fucking up according to those people that make those fucking cut people out, toxic people out of your. It's okay. And I'm like, dude, you just went through like a falling out, and then you just made that, and then all the likes you got made you feel better because you're like, oh, other people are going through this, and it was you also just like justifying that they were toxic when you were probably the one who's fucking being a piece of shit. So anyway, life lie, toxic, parents, accepting, self-hate. That's where I was. I'm so good at remembering where I was because that's what I do. I do it out loud and I do it for other people. When other people forget what they're saying, I do that same thing and I say, was it this? Was it this? Was it this? And I go back and I I go through all the topics that we've been talking, and then they go, no. Oh my God. And it works so much. And I'm so fucking helpful when that shit happens. Anyway, don't, just like look your parents in the eye, forgive if you've got some sort of grudge. If it's even another family member, a brother, an uncle or sister or something like that. It's who you are. It's your family, okay? Accept who they are and you'll accept who you are. And when you accept who you are, you're the fucking dopest. Because remember the absolute 100% truth is that when people, even if people are being buttholes, maybe not buttholes, but like cringy or like awkward or like doing something that's like, if you did it, you kind of kick your ass in your head, like, beat yourself up over it. As if they're like, nah, no, they're awesome. Like there's this guy at my work who, I'm not going to tell you where I work or who the guy is because he could be mean, but I don't mean it mean. But he's super loud, and I was like training him, and he's like, yeah, bud, oh yeah. He's like one of those bros or whatever who, everybody seems to hate on. But I kind of, I was like, I like how people, even like cringe people like that. That's what I mean. It's like I'm like, bless him on their path. Like I see what makes him tick. He's just that guy. That's just who he is. And soon enough, even though I wanted to say it so badly, shut the fuck up and stop yelling in front of the customers, I didn't. And then my manager did. And she was like, because she kind of has to because she's the manager. And she said it. She said just a little quieter. And he goes, oh, yeah, you know what? That's just who I am. I'm sorry. That's just who I am. I know. I know. Yeah, I know, right? Sorry. No, it's just part of my character. It's part of my personality. Sorry about that. And then immediately I was like, oh, he knows he's like that. And he's aware of it. Oh, that's so sad. And it made me feel so much worse. And so glad that I didn't say that. And I could tell she felt bad because as soon as he owned it, she was like, oh, that's just who he is. And immediately I loved him. And then a second later, he's like pouring, and we have one of those, like, we have this tap that doesn't go into a sink, it just goes onto the fucking counter. So you like to pour like water into it. And he's doing this and he's trying to do it extra way too fast. And it's his first day and he's trying to impress everyone. And he's doing like this and then he misses and it goes fucking everyone. He goes, fucking pathetic. But not that, it was, I say it and it sounds like he's an asshole still, but he said it, I know. He was more like, I know, fuck, pathetic. What's wrong with me? I'm crazy. What's wrong with me? And then he'd go, hey, yeah, bud, yeah, oh, doing well. To like a customer, like, liking that margarita, all right. And then the guy was like, he wasn't hating it. And I was like, why am I so mad at this guy for being so loud if he's so aware? And he's like, love the guy. Love the guy immediately because he's owning it, is the point. Easier said than done, though. Some people just, that guy's probably gone through so many people going, yo, shut the fuck up, yo, or whatever, like, in, like, getting, cool people circles kind of, like, pushing him away and be like, yo, that guy's fucking awkward and, like, way too loud, yo, for him to finally, like, he's probably gone through so much shit to be like, yeah, I know, it's part of my character, like, poor guy, man. I love that guy, bro. More love, less discrimination against people. See the best in people. Yeah. See what makes them tick. It's my belief that everybody wants a hug. So as long as you live that way, that everybody wants a hug, you will see that everybody has a little boy or girl inside them who just wants a fucking hug. Even Jeff Bezos. Believe it or not, even though he won't give his money away or make his working conditions any better or use that money that he went to use to self-indulgently go to space on maybe feeding some people in Africa or something, he deep down is a good person, I think. I don't know, fucking maybe not. But I do know that I really didn't like it when I saw that video of the lady going, hey, Bezos, nice lazy eye, huh? I was like, you fucking suck. I'm like, okay, Once again, another conflicting philosophy. You're probably the person who believes that money doesn't buy happiness. Why do you think that saying something really mean to somebody, even though they have a lot of money, they will be impervious to it? You must think that, because otherwise you would accept that saying that is really mean. And it's like, as mad as you can be at people, don't make fun of their appearance, man. He's got a lazy eye. That dude's still got a heart. He probably cried a little bit in the limo, bro. You fucking suck. You suck, lady. Go home and think on it. People can change. People can recover from anything, you know what I mean? If they stick around. Just let them figure this shit out. Make sure that they get the time and the resources they need. And if they're a close friend, be there for them. And they will figure this shit out. Maybe the hard way. Or maybe they fucking won't ever. But that's a shame. And you'd hope that people will all figure this shit out eventually. And it'll be cringe along the way, like I said. But fucking it'll happen, mate. Even the worst cunts. Excuse my language. I'm allowed to say it in that accent. Okay, I should probably wrap this up. I was going to do a Trudeau ASMR, but I might do it another day because I still have bleached hair. I want to make sure, Trudeau doesn't have the bleached hair. Yes. Hello, world. It is me, Justin Trudeau, the leader of this country, and the only one who's allowed to say Canada. 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 Thank you. And remember, before I go, that Canada is a place where we can all be happy and live together. In Canada, of course. Canada, Canada, Canada. If I could make a new language today, it would be one where every word is just Canada. And now, to address the French people. Bonjour, tous les personnes françaises. J'essaie à parler votre langue parce que ça c'est part of the whole deal of being your prime minister. Why don't we just call us a president? Because we are cucks to the British Empire still. Canada, Canada. Canada. They should teach Cree in schools. That is a good first step. I would love to learn some Cree in schools. And I forget what the other languages are called, but they're all dying and it's awful. And we should learn Cree in schools, and we should maybe even learn one of the other ones, or you should be able to choose. It'll open up a lot of jobs for the Indigenous community, and it'll teach a lot of people about inclusivity and also just about a cool bomb-ass language that nobody knows. Oh, I already learned a bit of it. Tansin, no, that's wrong. Tansiketsikhasun means, how are you doing? My name is Ben. I will say Ben Nitsikasun. Tansiketsikhasun. And then just Tansi just means hello. How is your state? I think it says, what is your state? And then you say, Namoyananto. That's what I was taught, Namoyananto, but then I spoke to an indigenous guy who was saying it outside the LCBO, and he said, actually, no, it's Mananto. So I don't know which one it is, but I'm still happy with myself that I tried to learn the language, and I'm going to continue to try because I think it's important, and that's one of many angles that we can move towards as a nation, to be more inclusive and friendly to the indigenous people that we fucked over. Cool? Cool. And now I'm going to do the thing that I do at the end of every one of these that I'm going to improvise right now. Goodbye to you. I don't like that. I'm going to do something else. See ya on the other side. No, I don't know. This seems like it's sticking. That seems like it just came to me naturally, so that'll be it. It'll be like, hello, and back to you. I don't like it. I don't like it. Signing off. Like a classic. Hey. Thanks for watching. Back to you. Fucking hell. Cringe comp. Put me in a cringe comp. Dude, I swear to God, could you imagine how awful it would be if you like making something and then it end up in a cringe compilation? Oh my God, you never think that when you're watching a cringe compilation. You're like, the person who made that thing and they were just putting themselves out there and it ended up in a cringe compilation. Oh my God, the wrong kind of famous. Even has their handle. Oh, so mean, because then you could go to their channel and see who they are and be like, hey, cringe. Oh my God, not that I ever do that, because that's bullying. Oh, cyberbullying, don't do it. All right, catch you on the flip. I kind of dig that. Catch you on the flip, because I say that all the time. Okay. Podcast number 1 finished. Oh my God, that was such an awesome podcast. I will never do that again. I'm so sorry. Okay. Peace.